So today we're working on our GY6 buggies, and we've got some performance heads laid out here. And I thought this was a good opportunity to show you the valve spring tool I'm using to remove the keepers on these valve springs. This was recommended to me by a friend, and I gotta be honest, it makes this process super easy. There's all kinds of different options. I bought this from Amazon, but there's off-brand options that are lower cost. They look to be similar. I can't verify if there's any quality differences, but I'll drop the link in the description of the kit I purchased. But basically what you're going to get is you're going to get two tools. These are for different size valvetrain, so I'm not going to use this one because we're just working on small little 150cc engines. But yeah, this pulls out, and this is what you're going to use to remove it. And then when you go to reinstall, you use this piece. And we're going to show you how it works, but just a general idea here is there's a magnet inside of this. And so what you're going to do is, these springs have very little pressure, so you can do this by hand. But you're going to set your tool on top of your valve spring retainer. And how it works is you have the retainer here, and then you have these keepers. And these keepers have little locking tabs in them, and the retainers are cut at an angle. So when there's spring pressure on the retainer, it's pushing up on the keeper and pulling them in to lock into the little lock on your valve, the little notch here. So what you do is when you push this down, it's going to relieve the spring pressure on these keepers, and then the magnet's going to basically pull the keeper out. So it's super easy with these. You know, if you're using this on something with more spring pressure, what you can do is, you know, you're going to follow the same process, but you're going to take a hammer and just smack it, and it should do the same. Now that's going to be on probably an automotive style engine, which is going to give you a little more room, but I would be super careful of doing that because, you know, you could ding up one of your sealing surfaces here. But yeah, let's get at it and let's show you how this works. All right, so let's show you how to remove them. We're going to take our tool here. We're going to pop the top off like so, and we're using the smaller one. And then we're just going to basically use that tool. It's hollow on the inside and it's got a magnet in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to push down on this retainer with it. And then what's going to happen is it's going to release spring pressure from these keepers, and then they're going to stick to this magnet here. So it's as easy as that. So I will then take my little magnet here, pull those out. Your springs come right off. You know, then you can pop your valve out. Your valve just slides out. And if you want to reinstall, we just set the valve back in there. I'd probably put a little oil on that valve seal when you slide that back in. And then what we're going to do is I take the keepers and then I line them up. See how there's that tab at the top of that side? I'm going to take those and just set them on my magnet here like that. Alright, so I just set up the keepers on the magnet, and then here's our retainer. I'll just set those down in there like so, and then I'm just going to slide down and then hold my thumb so they don't pull back up by the magnet. And then there you go. So now we're just going to set this on here. We want to take our black piece, which we just center in between the keepers, and we're going to do the same process. We're going to push down on the spring, and this is going to help keep the keepers to stay in place. And this has actually a spring, so when it compresses, you're going to hear it click. So here we go. Now see how that one didn't set properly? So what I find is, I've had that happen here and there, I'll just put more pressure down. And then there you go. Well, we have some valve springs installed. So I'll leave a link in the description for the kit we used today. Feel free to leave a comment if you found this helpful or if you have any useful information. If not, we're going to see you on the next video.